Always a great day for Red Raven baseball. You've got it right here on the Red Raven Sports Network. Chris Frank, glad to be with you here as Coffeyville, the Red Ravens take on the Central Christian JV. It's going to be a great game. Glad you have joined us. Shane Neal is on vacation this week, so you got me. And you got great baseball action, that is for sure. So we're getting ready here for if I remember correctly, it is a one 9-inning game. And you got it right here on the Red Ribbon Sports Network. Here is the first pitch. Ground ball right to the first baseman. Bobbles it, but makes the play. One pitch, one out. Samuel Chavez grounds out to first to start the game. That is Samuel Chavez, who you just saw. Followed by Esparza, Hernandez, and Campbell, if they make it to Campbell. Grant Edwards is the pitcher for Coffeyville. Here's the pitch. Up high, 1-0. We'll go over the starting lineup for the Red Ravens when they come to bat in the bottom of the inning. In the meantime, the pitch is fouled off out of play, 0-2. I'm wrong, 1-1. The first pitch was too high, that's right. Here we go, 1-1. Swing and a miss. There's the second strike, 1-2. I was wishing it was a strike. That's what it was, so. One ball, two strikes, one out here, just underway. Grounded foul. I'll redo 1-2. The Red Raven dugout looked like bowling pins there, all scattering, trying to get out of the way. And the delivery. Just a bit outside, didn't miss by much, 2-2. Aim for the same spot this time, got him swinging. First strikeout of the game and the second out of the inning. That brings in Gabriel Hernandez, the DH. JV games are always fun because sometimes the rosters don't match the numbers and vice versa. So we'll do our best to bring you these players as they come up to bat. And the pitch. Got him swinging on an inside pitch, 0-1. Now let's face it, sometimes the play-by-play guy isn't the smartest guy in the room. There's one right down Broadway, 0-2. If it gets too bad, I might have to punt. No balls, two strikes, two outs. Got him swinging. Did he go? He did. There's the second strikeout of the inning. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. We'll be back with the bottom of the first. The Red Raven Sports Network. Carson Miller will lead things off for the Red Ravens. It'll be Miller followed by Smith and Cruz. Facing pitcher Thomas Sanchez. Here's his first offering. Ground ball through the hole between third and short. It's a base hit to start the game for the Red Ravens. Nice hit by Miller. That brings up the center fielder, Harrison Smith.
Number 6, Harrison Smith.
Smith had a pretty good couple of games in our last broadcast. Long look in. Here's the pitch. Outside ball one. Miller on first with a base hit to start the bottom half of the first. Throw over. He's back safely. Looks over again. Now ready with the sign and the pitch. Inside almost hit him. It did hit him. So Miller will move to second. Smith to first. Nathan Cruz comes up, the shortstop. And the pitch from Sanchez. After a long look. Lays down the bunt, gets it down in between the pitcher and the third baseman. Looks to throw, but no throw. So it ends up being a bunt single. So Cruz with a base hit. Carson Miller goes to third. Smith goes to second, so the base is loaded with nobody out here in the top of the first. Or excuse me, the bottom of the first, and it's Adrian Dominguez coming up at a big spot already in this game. It was a perfectly placed bunt by Cruz. Nobody could get to it. Here's the pitch outside. Corner. 0-1. Miller on third. Smith on second. Cruz on first. With Dominguez at the plate. Here's the pitch. Inside, gets away, and a run is going to score. Actually, he's going to score anyway because it's a hit by pitch. So a hit by pitch and an RBI. Miller scores the first run of the game. Smith moves up to third, Cruz to second, and it's Tate Moody coming to the plate. Still nobody out with the bases loaded here, bottom of the first. CCC with a 1-0 lead. Here's the pitch.
Unknown caller.
If you're trying to reach us, just watch the Red Raven Sports Network. First pitch was a ball. Here comes the second one. It fouled off, out of play right side. We do appreciate you joining us here on the Red Raven Sports Network on a Tuesday afternoon, kind of a cloudy Tuesday, hoping the weather holds off so we can get this game in. 1-1. Did he go? Nope. Inside, 2-1. He's able to hold. Thomas Sanchez has kind of worked himself into a jam here in the bottom of this first inning. There's a shot into left field. Left fielder is just watching it. Is it gone? It's gone. Grand slam for Tate Moody. Talk about jumping out to a big lead. The Red Ravens have done that. 5-0. All 5 batters have scored. That was a shot over the left field wall. And a big start. A big start for the Red Ravens. Cy Collins comes now up now with the bases empty, but the Ravens with a 5-0 lead. There's a ball inside. 5 runs on 3 hits so far because Harrison Smith and Dominguez were both hit by a pitch. 1-0. The delivery, a breaking ball inside. 2-0. You can't get any better than this start for the Red Ravens. They're up 5-0 here in the bottom of the first. Still nobody out. There's a ground ball. Over to short, throws to first. Gets away from the first baseman. He's going to advance to second. Might even go for third. He'll stay at 2. So an E6. Cy Collins moves over to second. That brings in Caleb Wise. So a runner on second and Collins. Wise at the plate. His team's already up 5-0 with a chance for more. Here's the pitch. A little low, ball 1. Looks back at the runner. Now the 1-0. Swing and a miss, strike 1, 1-1. I'm not sure if this is the first matchup between these two teams, but if they have played before, it's been a long time ago. I believe it's the first one. The pitch. Ground ball down the third baseline, foul. 1-2. CCC with a 5-0 lead over Central Christian JV. Here's the 1-2. Ground ball again, foul. Stays at 1-2. Wind blowing out to left center. Ground ball again, foul, staying alive. Just like everybody's favorite group, the Bee Gees. The only problem with that, there's 4 people in the broadcast booth. 3 of them probably don't even know who the Bee Gees are. Or never heard them. Yes, I'm old. 1-2. Pop up in the infield right side. Second baseman ranges back and takes care of it for the first out of the inning. Nice play by Diaz. That brings in Zach Becker. Runner on second, 1 out. CCC leads 5-0 in the dirt. Nice block by the catcher. 1-0. And the pitch outside, 2-0. Long bottom of the first here. But good results for the Red Ravens. Up 5-0. There's a swing and a miss, 2-1. Might have been foul tipped. It was foul tipped. I should have seen that when the umpire gave the signal for foul tip. Remind me to get my glasses checked later. Or cleaned, one of the two. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Thought about a bunt. Was he able to pull back? I guess he was. 3-1. So far, not a fun time for Sanchez, the pitcher for Central Christian. Trying not to give up any more runs here. Here's the pitch. Outside, and a walk. So it'll be Collins on second, Becker at first after the walk.
Now batting number 12, Cooper Smith.
That brings up Cooper Smith. So the Red Ravens bat around here in this first inning. There's a shot down the left field line, hooking foul. Not by much, though. Almost an extra base hit. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Off speed upstairs, kind of a curveball. Missed high. 1-1. Tried to have that Darryl Kyle 12-6 motion on it. 1-1. There's a shot down the left field line, foul again, just a bit too early. So the count goes to 1-2. Runners on first and second. 1 out here, bottom of the first. Red Ravens lead 5-0. And the pitch. Fouled off this time, out of play right side. So we'll do it again, 1-2. And the pitch as runners go. Ball 2 and a double steal. Collins moves to third. Becker moves to second. We'll see what they do with Smith here on a 2-2 count. And the pitch. Got him foul tip, so staying alive at 2-2. That one kind of went in on his hands a little bit, couldn't stop his swing. Got a piece of it, though. And the 2-2. Fouled off of himself. Staying alive at 2-2. Getting the signal. And the pitch. Ground ball foul. Nice battle going on here between Sanchez and Cooper Smith. And the pitch. Low and inside, ball 3, so the count goes full with Miller on deck. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And they got him on the strikeout, so Smith strikes out for the second out of the inning.
Now batting number 15, Carson Miller.
And anytime you can get the official scorekeeper or just the play-by-play guy to have to mess up his scorebook here as they bat around, that's always a good thing, as long as it's your team that's doing the batting around. Miller started off CCC's inning with a base hit. There's another ground ball, this time up the middle. Nice corral by the shortstop, but he can't make the play. Call that an infield hit as well. So Miller's 2 for 2 in the first inning. And Collins scores. That brings in Harrison Smith. He was hit by a pitch and scored earlier this inning. 6-0. With a runner on third in Becker. And Miller is on first. Brings up Harrison Smith. Outside corner. Miller moved up to second on the play, but there was no throw. It's almost, what do they call that, indifferent? Whatever you want to call it. There's a pitch outside, 1-1. We'll have to consult with the official scorekeeper over here on whether that was a stolen base. Stolen base. Stolen base. Stolen base it is. It's like Oprah. There's a pitch that falls in, 1-2. You get a stolen base. And you get a stolen base. And, yeah, never mind. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 6-0. Red Ravens, bottom of the first. And the pitch. Fouled off. Count stays at 1-2. Shane Neal, if you are watching this broadcast, know that there are 3 guys not named Freund that miss you already. Hurry up and get back. And the pitch. Tipped foul. Count stays at 1-2. And the pitch. Into center field. Center fielder moves to his left, takes care of it for the out, and that's how this inning ends. But a very productive first inning for the Red Ravens. 6 runs, 4 hits, 2 runners left on. We'll head to the second. CCC leads 6-0. Top of the second here. It's Eli Campbell due up for Central Christian JV. He's looking at a 2-0 count now as action resumes. Grant Edwards on the mound for CCC. Here's the pitch. It's a strike right down the middle, 2-1. Edwards working a little faster than Sanchez. Here's the pitch. It's a strike as well, 2-2. And the pitch. Outside, 3-2. And the 3-2. Fouled off. We'll do it again. I'll be honest, I've never seen so many rocking chairs at a baseball stadium in my life. Here's the pitch. Ground ball tapped towards third. Up with it, throws over to first. He's going to be safe. Ball gets away, but not far enough to advance. That was a tough play. That brings in Nathaniel Diaz. Trying to figure, I believe that's really more of a hit than an error because he would have been safe anyway. So here we go. Nathaniel Diaz pops it up right side. Right fielder comes in. I believe that's Moody. He makes the catch. That's the first out of the inning. That brings in Taiwan Lattimore, the right fielder for Central Christian. And the pitch. Breaking ball over the plate. Strike one. 0-1. Campbell is on first after that infield hit. Here's the pitch. Inside, 1-1. Outside corner, 1-2. Nice pitch there. Quickly checks the runner at first. Now the pitch. Nope, throw over. Back in time is Campbell. And the 1-2 to the third baseman. Oh, throw over to second for one. Safe at first, though, so they get the fielder's choice. It's the 5-4 fielder's choice. Now brings in Cohen Starnes. Lattimore takes Campbell's place at first. 2 outs here, top of the second. Throw over. He's back safely. Red Ravens lead 6-0 over Central Christian. And the pitch. Outside part of the play, strike one. Nip the corner there. 1-1. The 1-1 delivery. Tried to get the outside part of the plate as well. Missed. 2-1. Raven defense has him outside 3-1. Shaded to pull just a tad. Three balls, one strike, two Starnes. And the pitch outside. He thought that was ball four. So evidently it's 4 balls, 1 strike here to Starnes with a ball. No, they're calling that a strike. That looked to be kind of in the same vicinity where it was called a ball earlier. But now, can we say 4 balls, 2 strikes? I mean, we thought he walked, but we'll see what happens here with this pitch. Fouled off. Count stays at 4-2. Officially, it's a full count. Officially. Unofficially, now it's a walk. So a 5-ball walk, kind of.
Now batting, number 45, Caden Wilson.
That brings in Kanan Wilson to the plate. And the pitch. Must have been inside. 1-0. Here's the 1-0. There's a strike, 1-1. And the pitch. Fouled off. Giving it a look, but out of play, 1-2. Here's the offering. Ground ball towards third. He's able to step on the bag for the third out of the inning. No runs on 1 hit, a couple of walks, but a couple stranded. CCC leads at the top of the second, 6-0. There's a new pitcher for Central Christian. His name is Daniel Pacheco. That closes the door on Thomas Sanchez, who pitched the first inning, gave up 6 runs, 6 earned runs on 4 hits, had a couple of hit batters as well. Leading off the inning here in the bottom of the second is Nathan Cruz. Cruz grounds to short. Throw over to first, not in time, so it's an infield hit to start the bottom of the second. That brings in Adrian Dominguez. Adrian Dominguez, he was hit by a pitch and scored last inning. Cruz is now 2 for 2. Here's the pitch. Outside to Dominguez. 1-0. Six nothing here, bottom of the second. And the pitch outside, 2-0. Runner on first is Cruz. Next offering is low, 3-0. And the 3-0. Outside, he walked him. Walked him on 4 straight pitches. That brings in Tate Moody. Moody had the big blast back in the first inning, last inning, with the grand slam over the wall in left field. Another RBI opportunity here. Here's the pitch. Down low, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. There's a ground ball up the middle, kind of off the handle. They're able to get the out. The fielder's choice at 1. It bounced off the shortstop's glove and went to the second baseman covering. Might not have been the conventional play, but still got the job done. The 6-4 fielder's choice. So Dominguez is out on the 6-4 fielder's choice. However, Cruz moves to third, and Moody will get to first. Moody takes off for second. There's a stolen base. Cy Collins reached on an error last inning and scored. Also had a stolen base. So runners on second and third now. There's a ball outside. Good stop by the catcher. 1-1. Second and third, 1 out. Down low, 2-1. Collins looking to extend the lead here for the Ravens. Already up 6-0. And the pitch. Fouled off, 2-2. The sign and the pitch. Down low, 3-2. The look in and the pitch. Up the middle, base hit. That might score 2. It's going to definitely score 1. Here comes the runner around third. He'll score as well. It's a 2 RBI base hit for Cy Collins. Moody scores. Cruz scores.
Number 39, Caleb Wise.
That brings in Caleb Wise. Wise flew out to second in his first at bat. Here's the pitch. Outside, 1-0. And the 1-0. Inside corner, 1-1. Wind blowing out to left. Inside, 2-1. There's a shot into center field. Center fielder moves to his right about 3 steps and makes the catch. That's the second out of the inning. That brings in Becker. Becker walked, had a stolen base back in the first, and it was left stranded. Runner on first in, Collins. Here's the pitch. Collins takes off for second base. And a stolen base. That's his second stolen base in as many innings. So now a runner in scoring position for Becker. And the pitch. Low, 2-0. Here's the pitch. Down low, gets away, but not far enough to advance to third. 3-0. Here's the 3-0. Outside corner, 3-1. Outside, ball 4. So Becker with the walk. That brings in Cooper Smith, who struck out for the second out of the first inning. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Bottom of the second. Red Ravens lead 8-0. Here's the pitch. Gets away from the catcher. Runners will advance on the passed ball. So a couple ducks on the pond here. And the 1-0. Up the middle. Bounces in front of the center fielder. 1 run is going to score. Throw comes in. 2 runs score. It's a 2 RBI base hit for Cooper Smith. Collins scores. And Becker scores. That brings up Carson Miller. Miller 2 for 2 with a run scored. And a stolen base. Runner goes. Throw down to second. Not in time. It's a stolen base for Cooper Smith. 10-0 Red Ravens here in the bottom of the second. And a 1-0 count to Miller. Inside 2-0. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of 2. Inside 3-0. There's a shot over the shortstop's head. That's a base hit in between, or in the gap, basically. Runner will score. And it's a RBI single for Carson Miller. Brings up Harrison Smith to the plate. 1 for 2. Actually 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch and scored in the first inning and flew out to center. Earlier this inning, there's a base hit up the middle. Moving around second, going to third is Miller. No throw over there, so a runner on first and third now. That brings up Nathan Cruz. Cruz 2 for 2, 2 base hits and 2 runs scored. And a visit to the mound here. Six runs in the first inning, 5 runs so far in this second inning for the Red Ravens. They lead 11-0. Not much to say except the Red Ravens have taken advantage of every opportunity they've had with runners in scoring position, including that big grand slam by Tay Moody in the first inning. But so far, 4 runs on 4 hits so far in the bottom of the second inning. Excuse me, that would be 4 hits, 5 runs on 4 hits. And our lesson in counting brought to you by Hooked on Phonics. I need to take another refresher. Good grief. Nathan Cruz comes up. 2 for 2, 2 base hits, 2 runs scored. As the runner takes off for second. Another stolen base for Harrison Smith. As they bat around here again, this time in the second inning. So they bat around in the first. They bat around in the second, does Coffeyville. That one's in the dirt, 1-1. If things keep going like they are, I'm going to run out of room on my score sheet. There's a little chopper towards third. Throw over to first. Not in time. Ball gets away from the first baseman, so 2 runs will score. And Cruz will get to second base on the error. So Smith scores, and Miller scores. Adrian Dominguez bats again here in the second inning. Walked, but then was out on a fielder's choice earlier this inning. 13-0 Red Ravens. There's a pitch outside. 1-0. And the 1-0. Ground ball to second. Corralled, throws over to first. Dug out. Nice play there to end the inning. At the end of 2, Coffeyville leads 13-0 here on the Red Raven Sports Network. "50 minutes into this contest, we are through 2 innings. The Red Raven offense has come alive. They lead 13-0 as we start the top of the third. Chris Freund with you here at Walter Johnson Park. And I'll be honest, we have number 49. 2 balls and 1 strike. Cameron Robertson. Thank you. That's who it is right there. Yeah. Fouls it off. Count goes to 1-2. That was the one person I forgot to type or to write in. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So a strikeout to begin the top of the third. That brings up the top of the order in Samuel Chavez. Grounded out to first. His first time at bat. Looks at a pitch outside, 1-0. Like I said a couple minutes ago, the Red Raven offense has come alive. 6 runs in the first inning, 7 in the second. They lead 13-0 here in the top of the third. There's a ground ball right back to the pitcher. He'll jog underhand over to first for the out. So 2 outs in the inning. That brings in Esparza to the plate, who struck out his first time at bat. Working quickly. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. And the 0-1. Sprayed down the right field line. Fair ball. They're calling that a fair ball. That's going to go all the way down into the corner. Esparza is moving towards second. He'll be happy with a double. Just got that one just inside the line for a double. Nice hit there. That's the first hit of the game for Central Christian. Brings up Hernandez, who struck out to end the first. That baseball had eyes to stay in fair territory. Here's the pitch to Hernandez. Outside, 1-0. And the delivery. Ground ball smacked foul, 1-1. One ball, one strike, 2 outs here in the top of the third. Inside almost hit him, 2-1. And the pitch. There's a strike, 2-2. Kind of a late call, but a strike call nonetheless. Twos across the board. Here's the pitch. Just a bit outside, 3-2. Either Hernandez got lucky or his plate vision is a 99 on that one. Here's the pitch as the runner goes. Fouled off. Into the dugout area. After discussion from the mound, here's the 3-2. Runner goes again, and that is a walk. Not only is it a walk, but the runner advances to third. So as far as is on third, Hernandez is on first. Campbell at the plate. Grounded, got a base hit last inning. There's a strike on the outside part of the plate, 0-1. It was part of a fielder's choice for the second out of the inning last inning. 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Grant Edwards looking to get out of this inning with no damage. 0-2. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. Another 1-3 putouts, and that's how the inning ends. No runs on 2 hits. A couple of guys left on at the end of 2.5. Coffeyville leads 13-0 from Walter Johnson Park. (13-0) Red Ravens as we start the bottom of the third inning. It'll be Tate Moody leading off. Moody with a grand slam back in the first. Reached on the fielder's choice, had a stolen base, and scored in the second. 13-0 Coffeyville, bottom of the third, with a brand new pitcher on the mound. Here's the pitch. Looks at our check swing, kind of a strike there. Colton Morrell is his name. The third pitcher of the day for Central Christian. The 0-1. Outside 1-1, kind of a sidearm delivery. And the 1-1. They say he went around on the check swing, so 1-2 to Moody. One ball, two strikes. Nobody out here, bottom of the third. And the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Shortstop moves over. But he's safe at first, so an infield hit. That was a slow roller up the middle. Allowed Moody to get there and beat out the throw. That brings in Cy Collins. Collins reached on an error in the first inning, had a 2 RBI single in the second, couple of stolen bases, couple of runs scored. Inside, almost hit him. That ball has great movement to the right-handed batters. 1-0. Almost too good a movement there. Almost hit him. And the pitch. Did a good job of bringing it back on the outside part of the plate, though. 1-1. Runner on first in Moody. There's a ground ball to second. Throw over to second for the putout. Can't get the out at first. Ball goes toward the dugout. So Moody is out on a fielder's choice. That's the first out of the inning, but Collins ends up on second after the error, the throwing error. Brings in Caleb Wise. Wise is 0 for 2. Flew out to second base in the first and flew out to center in the second. Here's the pitch. Tried to bring it down the outside corner. Missed. 1-0. I admire the delivery of pitchers like Morrell with that sidearm delivery. If I tried to throw it that way, I'd throw it in the third base dugout. Why? Because I throw left-handed. Here's the pitch. Outside 2-0. You don't want a left-hander throwing sidearm righty. It wouldn't work. The 2-0. That caught the plate. 2-1. There's a shot in the gap in right center field. That's going to score one. Goes all the way to the wall. It is an RBI double for Wise. Nice shot in the gap right there. Collins scores easily. Zach Becker comes up. He's really has no official at bat. He's walked both in the first and the second inning, had a stolen base, and scored in the second inning. CCC leads 14-0. There's a shot opposite field. Base hit to left. Are they sending the runner? They're sending the runner. And he is going to score. So an RBI base hit for Becker. Score is Wise. That brings in Cooper Smith. Smith is 1 for 2 with a couple of RBIs and a run scored. 15-0. Red Ravens. Pitch is up 1-0. The only thing that's higher right now than the 15-0 score for the Red Ravens is the request on the YouTube channel to mute the play-by-play guy's mic. I think we're at 22 on that one. If you send in donations, we might just do that. Swing and a number to second. Throw over to second for 1. Over to first, not in time. So a 4-6 fielder's choice. Becker is out at second. That brings up Carson Miller. If we raise enough donations to get a new scoreboard here at Walter Johnson Park, I think we can mute my mic for the rest of the game, don't you think? So send in those donations now. As we get to the top of the order, and Carson Miller swinging a miss, strike 1. Why is everybody starting a collection here? What's going on? No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Bottom of the, is it the third? Yeah, bottom of the third. There's a number down the third base line, foul. 15-0 Coffeyville here in the bottom of the third. Six in the first, 7 in the second, and 2 so far here in the third. And the pitch is right on the outside corner, strike 3. And that's how this third inning ends. Coffeyville scores 2 more runs. They lead 15-0 at the end of 3. (15-0) as we begin the top of the 4th. Brand new pitcher for Coffeyville is Emmanuel Pena. We'll give you the stats for Grant Edwards here in just a minute. First pitch is outside into the backstop, 1-0, facing I believe that is Nathaniel Diaz. Pitch is outside, 2-0. Grant Edwards pitched 3 innings, gave up two hits, but no runs. Walked 2, struck out 3. Pena now with a 2-0 count to Diaz. Here's the pitch. That one must have been low, 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes to Diaz, with Lattimore and Starnes due up for Central Christian. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to Diaz. That brings in Taiwan Lattimore. Grounded into a fielder's choice back in the second inning. There's the pitch outside, 1-0. 15-0. Red Ravens lead here in the top of the 4th from Walter Johnson Park. The 1-0. There's a strike, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Thought about the bunt, pulled it back. It's outside, 2-1. Of course, opening day for Major League clubs happening Thursday. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, down low, 3-1. Three balls and 1 strike. Tried to put the bunt down, missed, 3-2. Diaz walked to start this inning. He's on first. Three balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here, top of the 4th. There's a shot down the line, foul. And the pitch. Down low, ball 4. So back-to-back walks to start the top half of the 4th for Central Christian. That brings in Cohen Starnes. So a mound visit here as Starnes gets ready to bat. Did I hear correctly? They brought in the Bacon, is that right? At center field. There's Bacon in center. So a mound visit here after 2 walks to begin the inning for new pitcher Emmanuel Pena. That brings in Cohen Starnes. Starnes walked back in the second inning, but he has a chance for an RBI here. Runners on first and second, nobody out, top of 4. Coffeyville leads 15-0. There's one outside, 1-0. Wind continues to blow out to center field or left center. Outside, 2-0. And the pitch. There's one over the plate, 2-1. That one had good movement on it. Starnes thought it might have been inside, but it caught the heart of the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out here, top of 4. There's one low, 3-1. They want to load the bases here, especially on walks. 3-1. There's a nice one. 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We'll see if the runners move here with no outs here in the top of the 4th. Nope. And tip foul. Count stays at 3-2. Three and 2. Here's the pitch. Up high, ball 4. So the bases are loaded. Bases are loaded. Briggs and Kane and Wilson with the bases loaded here at the top of the 4th. And the pitch. Outside 1-0. And the pitch, outside corner, 1-1. That was a nice pitch on the outer part of the plate. And the 1-1. Outside, nice block. So we have a little bit of, look, is there a little bit of rain falling out there? It looks like it's sprinkling just a tad. Nothing really showing on our radar. Just a light rain here. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out, bases loaded. Ball gets away, and the pass ball will allow all runners to move up. So Diaz scores. Lattimore to third. Starnes to second on the pass ball. Coffeyville leads now 15-1. That was a ball. 3 balls, 1 strike. There's a fastball outside part, 3-2. And the pitch. Little dribbler into center field. It's going to drop. Gets it quickly back in. Only 1 run scores. Lattimore scores from third. Starnes moves up to third. So Kata Wilson with an RBI base hit. That brings in Cameron Robertson. And the pitch. There's a good pitch on the inside part, 0-1. So 2 runs have scored for Central Christian here in the 4th inning as the rain gets a little harder. Pitches up high, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Up high, 2-1. And the showers are causing the crowd to scatter. And the pitch. There's a strike in or half. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That was not thunder that you heard. That was the stance. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Robertson strikes out for the first out of the inning. That brings up the top of the order, and Chavez. Inside 1-0. Runners on first and third, but one out here in the top of the fourth. Starnes on third, Wilson on first. Here's the pitch. Fouled out of play right side, 1-1. And this is where you're going to notice the difference between the field last year and this year, especially as the ball goes outside. 2-1. The pitch. Over but low, 3-1. Three balls, one strike, one out. Ground ball down the third baseline. It's going to stay fair. Throw over to first. Almost scooped, but it's going to be an infield hit. Running over to third is Wilson. He'll be safe. So Starnes scores. Wilson to third. And Esparza is up now after the infield hit. That was a slow roller. Couldn't do anything about that, really. So a base hit nonetheless. And a rocket down the line. Foul. So 3 runs across the plate for Central Christian JV here in the top of the fourth. Couldn't hold back his swing. There's strike 2, 0-2. As the lights come on here at Walter Johnson Park. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here, top of the fourth. I believe it's 15-3, Coffeyville. Maybe it's 15-2. I think it's 15-3. And the pitch. Outside 2-2. Here's the 2-2. Popped up right side, foul play. Giving it a look. Would they be able to catch it? It stays in play. And a foul out to the first baseman by Esparza for the second out of the inning. That means Hernandez will be coming up with a runners on first and third. Wilson on first, Chavez on first. There's a swing and a miss, big swing and a miss by Hernandez. Hernandez struck out in the first, walked in the third. There's a strike on the outside part of the plate, 0-2. Here's the 0-2. That one got away. Runners will advance. Wilson scores on the wild pitch. Chavez goes to second. That one just slipped out of the hands. Nothing you could do about that one. Although I will say I'm proud of myself for not using the Major League just a bit outside call. That might have been a little too cliche even for yours truly. 1-2. It's got to be slippery out there with that hard rainfall right now. You know they'd like to get out of this inning before they call any kind of delay, if there is any kind of delay. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Here's the pitch. A little slippery there. It's outside. Low and outside, 2-2. They'd like to get this at least this half inning in the books, I'm assuming, before they call anything, if they call anything. Here's the pitch. Popped up right side, giving chase. And a dive, and it's going to be in play. And the runner will score from second as Hernandez ends up on second.
Now batting number 3, Eli Campbell.
That would be an RBI double. Can't fault any of the fielders trying to make the play on that one. So Eli Campbell comes up. It's now 15-5. And the pitch. Ground ball to third. Gathers it, throws over to first. Did he pull him off? He pulled him off the bag. He's going to be safe. So the throw pulled the first baseman off the bag. Hernandez goes to third. And believe it or not, Central Christian has batted around here in the fourth. Now there's a discussion on whether the first baseman got his foot back in time. He is still safe, even after the discussion by the umpires. And it looks like a mound visit here. And it looks like Pena's day is done. So Pena's day is done. And we'll have a pitcher come in from the bullpen. We'll talk about him when we come back. This is the Red Raven Sports Network. Nathaniel Diaz at bat as we resume here at Walter Johnson Park in Coffeyville. The new pitcher for the Red Ravens, Jackson Wagner. 1-0 now, 2-0. Runners on first and third here with 2 outs on the top of the fourth. And the pitch. Rocket down the third base line, throw over the first. What a nice play. No, they're saying he pulled him off the bag again. So Diaz reaches again Hernandez scores,
Now batting number 11, Taiwan.
and Campbell moves to second. There's a nice scoop by the first baseman, but they're saying he was pulled off the bag. So runners on first and second now. Lattimore comes to the plate. Curveball inside corner, strike one. Lattimore hit into a fielder's choice back in the second, walked in earlier in this at bat. Nice pick by the catcher. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here at the top of 4. Fouled off, 1 and 2. (15-6). Coffeyville with the lead here in the top of 4. Here's the pitch. Got him to swing and miss. Gonna have to throw over to first for the out. Strikeout is completed. But Central Christian comes back. They score 6 runs in the top of the 4th inning. They lead, Coffeyville does, 15-6. (15-6) is the score here as we head into the bottom of the 4th. And we have a pinch hitter for Coffeyville. Now playing center field, Eric Bacon. So Bacon with his first at bat. First pitch to Bacon is a ball. There's a strike. 1-1. So the bottom of the 4th. Here's the pitch outside, 2-1. Bacon followed by Cruz and Dominguez. Due up. There's a ball, 3-1. Coffeyville with 6 runs in the first, 7 in the second, 2 in the third. But Central Christian JV with 6 in the fourth. Coffeyville leads 15-6. There's a pitch outside. That's a walk. So Bacon walks to start the bottom of the fourth. And brings in Nathan Cruz. 3 for 3 with 3 base hits and 2 runs scored. He advanced to second on an error back in the second inning. Here's the pitch. Fisted towards second. Throw over to second for 1. And they're going to call him out at first, so a 4-6-3 double play. Nice play by Central Christian for the double play that brings in Landon Midget. There's a strike, 0-1. And the 0-1. Inside, 1-1. Here's the pitch. Into right center field. Going over the center fielder, the right fielder. They fall, and it falls in. It bounces off the wall. Rounding second, going to third is Midget. He'll have a stand-up triple. So a stand-up triple there by Midget brings up Tate Moody. Moody with a grand slam back in the first. Bounced into a fielder's choice, but scored in the second and had a base hit in the third. Now batting here again in the fourth. Has a runner on third in Midget. And the pitch. Up high, ball 1. As thankfully the rain has slowed. 1-0. Foul towards the dugout, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Bottom of the fourth. Coffeyville leads 15-6. And the pitch. Ground ball to short. Throw over to first for the out. No runs on 1 hit, 1 runner left on at the end of 4. Coffeyville leads 15-6 from Walter Johnson Park. We start with the top of the fifth. Cohen Starnes will lead things off for Central Christian JV, followed by Wilson and Robertson. Here's the pitch. Outside corner, strike one. Starnes walked in the second, walked and scored in the fourth, and then struck out to end the fourth. The Central Christian batted around in the fourth inning. Foul ball out of play, 0-2. Wagner back on the mound. And the pitch. Ground ball, third baseline foul. Count stays at 0-2. And the pitch. There's a strikeout on the outside part of the plate for the first down of the inning. That brings in Kenyon Wilson.
Now batting number 45, Hayden Wilson.
Wilson with an RBI base hit last inning. Up high, 1-0. One for two in the game. There's a swing and a miss. Strike one. 1-1. Up high, 2-1. 15 runs, 12 hits, 4 errors for Coffeyville. 6 runs, 3 hits, 4 errors for Central Christian. Up high, 3-1. So let's be fair about it. A lot of the last inning was played while it was pouring. That's where a majority of those errors took place. Inside, he walked him. So Wilson draws a 1-out walk.
Now batting number 49, Cameron Robertson.
That brings up Robertson, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Outside 1-0. And as crazy as it sounds, the sun has peeked back out less than 20 minutes after it was pouring down rain. I guess it is true. Outside corner, 1-1. If you don't like the weather in Southeast Kansas, wait 20 minutes, it'll change. It just did. Aiming for the inside corner, tapped just in front of home plate, throws over to first for the out. So 2-3 on the put out for the second out of the inning. Wilson will move up to second. And brings in Samuel Chavez. Chavez with a base hit and a run scored last inning. And the pitch. Nice off-speed pitch. Must have been a little high, though. 1-0. And the 1-0. Up high, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs. The pitch up high, 3-0. And the 3-0. There's a strike, 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike. 2 out here, top of 5. Inside, he walked him. So Chavez walks. Brings in Esparza with runners on first and second. Wilson on second, Chavez on first. Esparza doubled back in the third inning. Was stranded on third. There's the pitch. Nice off-speed pitch. Caught the outside part. 0-1. A look at second. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two, and that was a nice pitch. Oh and 2. Runner goes. In fact, a double steal. It was a ball. Wilson moves to third. Chavez to second. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 gone here, top of the 5th. Got him swinging and missing. Got him tagged for the out as well. And that's how the inning ends. No runs on, no hits, 2 runners left on at the end of 4 1/2. Coffeyville leads 15-6 on the Red Raven Sports Network. Edward Del Padilla is the new pitcher for Central Christian JV. He will face Cy Collins with Wise and Becker due for the Red Ravens. Del Padilla's pitch. Up and outside, 1-0. Collins has scored 3 times today. The 1-0. A shot out of play, first base side, 1-1. Reached on an error in the first and scored. Had an RBI base hit in the second. And reached on an error in the third. The 1-1. Down the right field line, foul. Count goes to 1-2. And the pitch. Outside, 2-2. And the 2-2. and so is Becker. Becker is back, and he's on first. After the walk, that brings in Cooper Smith. Smith 1 for 3 with a 2 RBI base hit back in the second. Coffeyville leads 15-6. Popped up towards center field. Center fielder comes in, makes the catch for the third out of the inning. At the end of 5, Coffeyville leads 15-6. Here on the Red Raven Sports Network. Popped up. Second baseman charges, drops. So it's going to be an infield hit. That was a tough play. They were playing him pretty deep. So it's an infield hit for Campbell. That brings in Nathaniel Diaz. Walked and scored in the fourth. Fly ball into right field. Giving chase. That goes out of play. Strike one. I believe that's Moody out in right field. Gave a good chase, just ran out of real estate out there. So no balls, one strike, one gone here. Top of the sixth. Outside 1-1. Tapper taken by the pitcher. Off balance throw. Did they get him? They did. Nice play by center. Fielded his position very well. Moved to his right. Got the out.
Now batting number 11, Taiwan Lattimore.
That brings in Taiwan Lattimore. Lattimore also walked and scored in the fourth. Two gone here, top of the sixth. Coffeyville leads 15-6. The 1-0. There's a pitch down Broadway, 1-1. Base hit through the right side. Campbell scores. An RBI knock for Lattimore. Brings in Starnes.
Now batting number 43, Cohen Starnes.
We'll lead things off here for Coffeyville, the bottom of the sixth. Looks at a ball outside, 1-0. New pitcher on the mound for Central Christian JV, Nicholas Clayson. He'll face Miller, Bacon, and Cruz. There's a foul ball, strike one, or a swing and a miss that popped out of the catcher's glove. Either way, 1-1. 15-7 is the score. Coffeyville with the lead. Foul ball. 1-2. Appreciate you joining us here on the Red Raven Sports Network. And the pitch. Tapped foul.
sixth. Coffeyville leads 15-7 here in the bottom of the sixth. Here's the pitch.
Got Bacon. Cruz had a base hit and scored in the first, base hit and scored in the second. Here's the 1-0 as he heads for third. Stolen base goes over the third baseman's head, and Bacon is going to be able to score on the throwing error by the catcher. So a stolen base and an E2. And it's 16-7. Coffeyville. That was a ball as well, so 2-0 to Cruz. Down the right field line, fair ball. Making the turn, going to second. Still running. Making
With a triple back in the fourth, there's a base hit off the pitcher's. Tate Moody comes up. He looks at a strike. 0-1.
back to action in the top of the seventh. The 2-1 count is now the 2-2 count is now 3-2. As we're looking at one out here in the top of the seventh. Coffeyville leads 19-7. Pinch hitting for Central Christian is Jordan Tana. He strikes out for the second out of the inning. Kenny Wilson struck out for the first out of the inning, followed by a base hit by Cameron Robertson, then the strikeout by Tana. Now Armando Aguilar pinch hitting. Ball gets to the screen. The runner will advance to second. Aguilar now with a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. High and outside, 2-0. Aguilar, number 36 for Central Christian. Here's the 2-0. Up high, 3-0. 19-7. Coffeyville leads here in the top of the seventh. 2 outs. There's a strike, 3-1. And the pitch. Big swing and a miss. So the count goes from 3-0 to 3-2. And the pitch. Big swing and a miss for strike 3. Aguilar strikes out for the third out of the inning. And I believe that's how the game is going to end. 19-7, the victory. Coffeyville over Central Christian. We appreciate you joining us from Walter Johnson Park on the Red Raven Sports Network.